Good evening, everyone, and welcome into Game 1 of our North Shoreline Adult Hockey League Championship Series for our Division 1, where it's going to be your defending champions, the White Foxes, taking on the Grizzlies. Can the champs defend their title, or can the Grizzlies take down the champs? It's a best of 3, Game 1, tonight. Stay tuned, we're about a minute and a half away from puck drop here between the Foxes and the Grizzlies.
Not playing tonight. I'm supposed to play at 10.
Still busy and everything?
No, I just feel it. If I go to move my head quickly, I can feel it. Like, just feels rattled. So it's like, there's no point.
You're fine. That's like me every day.
I always have a concussion.
Well, I always have a headache.
Yeah, it's a different thing. I have a headache when I'm sitting still, but if I start moving and stuff, feel my brain.
Here we go. These teams met 2 times in the regular season. The Grizzlies beating them on June 16th, 15-5, and on May 21st, the White Foxes won 7-6. And we are underway. for Game 1 of our Division 1 Finals, and it's Ryan Watt with the puck as he moves it over to Babcock. Babcock sends it back over to Fraser Minton. Minton starts out wide and fires the puck all the way around. It's going to be picked up there by Watt. Watt backhands it across for Babcock. Now Watt in, shooting, and it's going to be deflected into the netting and out of play. And on that, there will be a penalty against Justin Wilson for high sticking. And the Wade Foxes start here on the power play. It's Minton. Moves to Babcock. Babcock looks around, sends it down into the corner, and it's back for Babcock. Babcock to Minton. Minton walks in, lets it go off the post. He controls again, it's Minton. Swaps with Babcock. Drops it to Babs. Babcock down to the corner over to Watt. Watt tries to walk in front. Can't pull the puck to get a clean shot. And the Grizzlies steal, and it's over to Samura. Samura now with speed. Comes in shorthanded. Cuts across. In. Shoots. Luda across. Makes the save. Long pass. Down and over to Balkin. Balkin drags it around, but can't get around the great sprawling dive by Williams. Now it's up over to Pouliot. Pouliot pulls the puck around, and he fires it all the way down. Luda thought about coming out to play, but it hits a weird part of the boards. Now ricochets right over to Minton. 45 seconds to go in the power play. Minton over to Watt. Back to Minton. In, shoots, saved there by Cooper. Babcock back with the puck. Still on the power play for another 25 seconds. Minton walks in with space, speed, shooting, and it's a blocker saved there by Cooper. Back to Babcock. Babcock now across. Watt floats it in the net past the diving Cooper, and it is 1-0 for the White Foxes. Right off the draw, Braun tries to spring up and push ahead, but it's going to be back there now for the Grizzlies where Kindry controls. Kindry moves it over to Pouliot. Pouliot back over to Kindry. Kindry in, shoots. Luda with the save, knocks the puck down into the corner. Minton tries to pick it up, runs into Fletcher. Now gets the puck up over to Bush. Bush drops it over to Braun. Braun slides it across. And now Pouliot in with Fletcher. Over to Fletcher. Fletcher shoots Luda across. It's dropped for Minton. Fletcher chases Minton. Minton pulls away. Walks in, shooting, and it's going to be shot wide. Comes around for Bush. Minton controls at center. Watched by Fletcher. Sends it across for Braun. All the way now for Bush. Shea Bush pulls it around. Has it. Bush to the backhand. Oh, what a save there by Cooper with the glove. Pouliot quickly moves it ahead. Over to Kindry. Kindry down Main Street. Scores! White Foxes, after giving up the tie and goal, start the puck. Back behind their own net over to Nick Braun. Braun moves it up over to Watt. Watt pulls it all the way back to now come in again with more speed as he looks to go 1-on-4, trying to drag the puck all by himself. It's going to roll right to Cooper, and Cooper backhands it all the way around. Over to Berger, back to Latta. Latta shoots. It's going to be up and out of play. Back over to Minton. Minton moves it to Babcock. Minton. Moves it over to Ryan Watt. Watt out wide with a long shot, looks for deflection. And it just goes through. Not sure if Babcock got a piece of it. Doesn't look like it. They're all giving it to Watt. So Watt with a long distance shot makes it 2-1. 10:20 remaining in the first. Puck's moved up over to Kovacevic. Now over to Braun. Braun into the net. And it's saved by Cooper. Bruce, on Grizzlies number 7 black jersey is Liam Hoff. Okay. Maybe I didn't refresh. Over to Kovacevic. Now to Minton. Minton in. Shoots it. It's going to be blocking around. Now to Samura. Puck's played back. On over to Wilson. Up to Pouliot. Back to Samura. Now to Samura. Loose puck at the near side, trying to watch him is Babcock. And the rolling puck's going to go all the way down. Babcock in after it on Pouliot. Loose puck comes to the side of the goal, and it's going to be right over to Cooper. Cooper leaves it. Thought he was going to leave it there for Samura, but he covers for the whistle instead. And with 8:47 to go, we're going to go into our goalie timeout and be back. And we are back from our goalie stoppage with the White Foxes controlling the puck over to Kovacevic. Across to Braun. Back for Minton. Minton drives in. Around the net, still controlling the puck on his forehand. Sends it across. Gets the return feed. And Minton's going to pull back to center with Braun. Swapping places. Away comes Nick Braun. Braun in. Shoots one and he fans on it. It's going to go way wide. Comes around over to Balkin. Balkin. Drops it for Braun. Back to Balkin. Across. Now Minton controls the loose puck. And Minton's going to take it back to his own side of center as he sends it across over to Braun. Nick Braun still controls. Able to pull away in his own zone. Now with speed. Up over to Kovac. Up over to Bush. And a great save there by Cooper. Puck comes all the way down. Wilson in. Luda comes way out of his goal. Just chips the puck into the corner. Allows Minton more time to collect the puck. Now it's loose behind the net over to Wilson. Gives it around for Kindry. Kindry takes it back to his own zone. Moved up over to Fletcher. Fletcher drops for Kindry. Kindry across. Blue shoots wide. Back to Kindry. Looks for a shot in front. It's going to be blocked. Now it's picked up. Away goes Shea Bush, working one-on-one against Fletcher. Bush shooting. Fletcher blocks it. Puck ricochets back over to Williams. Williams gets around Bush. On the right side, throws one across. Fletcher, sharp shot. Saved there by the paddle of Luda. He's down and finds the puck under his pads for the whistle with 6:26 to go. Now it's over to Watt. Little cheeky pass across to Minton. Minton back to Watt. Watt in with a long shot. Save on the rebound. Gibson puts it wide. What a chance for Koji Gibson. And then he turns the puck away over to Fletcher. Back to Samura. Bailey Samara down the left wing, in with a long shot. Blocker to side by Luda. Now it's up over to Watt. Watt to Gibson. Gibson across to find Minton. Minton in. Scores! Over the blocker of Cooper. 3-1, White Foxes. Slowly rolling up is Kindry, across to Pouliot. Pouliot to the down. Now it's back over for Burgott. Now back to Pouliot. Gibson finds Watt. Watt with a long shot. Steered aside by Cooper. Back for Braun. Under 5 minutes to play here in the first period with the White Foxes leading game one of the championship 3-1 in a best of three. Braun across to Watt. Watt in, shoots. Cooper with a big pad save. Kindry. Drops for Pouliot. Gets the return feed as Kindry. And he sends it all the way back for Cooper. Pouliot's going to go to collect. Moved up to McQuay. McQuay back to Kindry. Pouliot's pass gets broken up by Gibson. And then it's moved across. Kovacevic has it. Now moved up over to Gibson. Gibson all alone. Scores! And Kindry just hangs his hands in the air as his team goes down 4-1 with 3:26 to play. Braun off the face-off, in to the backhand, scores! And quickly, the Grizzlies take a timeout with 3:19 remaining in the first, down 5-1, so we'll step away. Can the Grizzlies regroup here as we approach the ending minutes of the first period? They're getting outshot 15-7, down 5-1 with 3 minutes to go in the first in game one of our championship series. White Foxes are trying to defend the title. They're looking to go back to back. Minton with a great pass. Up over to Balkan. Balkan into the corner now. Former Narch Platinum player. Gives it back over to Braun. Back to Minton. Braun down the right wing. Hi. Sorry, a dog came in my way. Back to Babcock. Babcock goes around the net. Dog almost wiped out the camera. That would have been interesting. Balkan sends it down to Babcock. Babcock on the right side. Braun now controls at center. Minton goes behind him, but Braun's able to pull away from Hoff. Move it over to Balkan. Balkan can't take the bouncing pass, though. Balkan does a great job in the corner. Gives it over to Babcock. Babcock, Minton! Shot gets blocked. Minton is able to use great body control, get the puck back. Now back to Braun. Pulls away from Fletcher. Down the far side. Braun cuts into the middle. Still controls. Back to Babcock. Babcock across. And Balkan scores, and it's 6-1. And we are in the last minute of play here in the first period. Gibson with a great pass. Minton just puts it high. Now it's quickly moved up over to Fletcher. Fletcher finds Williams. Williams with 40 seconds to go in the first finds Samura. Samura backhands it. Pouliot has to go back to collect. So Gibson with a quick look to the clock and speeds down chasing Pouliot. As Pouliot fires the puck around for Fletcher to pick up at center. Gets away from Bush. Back to Williams. Williams down the slot. Across. Samura. Across. Luda with a good pad save. Still plenty of time. 15 seconds to go. White Foxes. Gibson with Minton. To Minton. To Bush. And it's blocked by Samura in front. Pouliot has the puck. And then a big collision behind, where it looks like Fletcher went into Gibson, and somehow Fletcher went down and not the smaller Gibson. And after the first, it is 6-1 for the White Foxes. We'll step away and be back after the intermission. And we are back live for our second period coverage in this championship game 1. And now Minton back in his own zone. Loses the puck battle to Hoff. Hoff finds Williams. Williams' shot is blocked by Minton. Puck bouncing around behind the net. Comes in front. And it's sent around. Now over to Shea Bush. Bush finds Gibson. And he scores on the backhand. Up over to Koji Gibson once again. He swaps with Bush. Gibson into the corner. Now quickly up ahead over to Williams. Williams cuts in to the net. Oh, what a glove save by Luda! Over to Braun. Drops it for Bush. Bush with a long shot. That's going to be up and into the netting and out of play. Pass over to Bluler. Now over to Nick Braun. Braun up over to Gibson. Gibson gets his pass taken away there by Bregart. And then it's moved ahead. Back for Babcock. Babcock in his own zone. Moved over to Gibson. Koji Gibson. Back over to John Babcock. Babcock in his own zone as the White Foxes are in a commanding 7-1 lead right now and are just more than happy to keep the puck in play and kill the clock. Now Nick Braun down the right wing. Braun in, shoots, and the puck's going to wrap all the way around. Comes over to Babcock. Babcock with a nice move along the wall. Sharp angle shot there. Hits the outside of the post and goes over to the right wing. Now it's Gibson. Babcock all alone. Can't raise the puck though as he had Cooper beat. Now it's Pouliot. Pouliot. Moves it over to Samura. Now over to Pouliot. Pouliot drives the net and puts the puck wide. It comes back to Samura. Samura around. Comes its way to McQuay. Over to Pouliot. Trying to go to Fletcher. Fletcher takes the bouncing puck behind the net. Back to Pouliot. Gibson trying to steal the puck. Now it's a battle along the wall. Sorry, that was Balkan. Correction. Now in with Kovacevic. Kovacevic comes up with the puck. Sharp angle shot there. Cooper makes the save. Fletcher has the control. Minton controls. As he plays the puck ahead. Over to Balkan. Now Kindry drives in. Throws one towards the goal, looking for a deflection from Fletcher. Doesn't find it. The puck ricochets into the corner. Now the White Foxes quickly move back ahead. Minton finds Ryan Watt. Watt drags it, shoots it. It's blocked in front. Puck deflects into the corner. Up to Kindry. Kindry around with a low shot. Saved there by Luda and steers the puck into the corner. Watt backhands it over to Minton. Way goes Minton, down the middle, across to Kovacevic, lets it go of a shot off the post. Quickly, Grizzlies turn back the other way on a 2-on-1. Across over to Williams. Williams can't bury it off the crossbar. Minton moves it ahead on the right wing. Around to the White Foxes, they control, they have an empty net, they can't tuck it away. They had a chance on the wraparound. Back over to Hoff. Kindry finds Hoff. Puck's moved up the wall. Kovacevic. A low shot, saved there by Cooper, loose puck. Moved all the way around. Now it's Williams. In, shoots, off the post, and puck wraps around. Back and forth action right now. Both teams just going end to end. Nick Braun cuts into the middle with a shot blocker to side by Cooper. Trying to pick up now behind the net by Shea Bush. 10:25 to go in this hockey game. Moves it back for Babcock. Babcock shovels it over to Bush. Bush now up the wall, gets around two. Bush cuts across. Controls on the backhand, takes into the half wall, loses a step into the boards. Still controls. Bush now leaves it for Braun. Nick Braun across, backhand in front. And Gibson can't control it. Now, quickly the other way, Williams sends it across on a nice stretch pass. Now over to Williams. Williams across. Oh, Luda, what a save! Pouliot in, shoots. Oh, what another great pad save there by Luda as the puck's moved over to Bush. Back over to Burgart. As he moves the puck. Over to Berger. Berger around Bush. Drives the middle. Berger in with a high shot. Puck stays in play. The Grizzlies played all the way back to their own side of center. Under 9 minutes to play. Williams. Around. Tries a backhand in front. It's going to be broken up by Gibson. Gibson now pushes it ahead. Bush and Minton. And Minton can't tuck it in. He had Cooper beat on a fantastic move. And he can't tuck it home. And with 8:27 to go, we'll go into our last goalie stoppage of the night. Now it's over to Pouliot. Pouliot in with a long shot. Kicked out by Luda into the corner. Puck's over to Fletcher. Trying to come in on it. He's taking care of the bouncing puck. And it's turned over to Minton. Minton with a great pass. Up over to Ryan Watt. Watt with Gibson and Bush. Watt shooting in it. Cooper reaches out with the blocker. Knocks the puck into the corner. Pulling it away now. Berger. Now Samira. Samira in with a long shot. He's going to bounce back. And the White Foxes just take the puck into the corner. Grizzlies have it. They're trying to come back in this game. They trail by 6. 7 minutes to play. Over to Fletcher. Fletcher can't take the pass off the wall. Now it's Minton with Shea Bush. Bush scores! No, I was saying, can you control her if she was going to go? I didn't know. Because I was going to go do it is why. Minton has it. Babcock. Trying to control from center. Now it's over to Balkin. Balkin with 6:20 to go. White Foxes are more than happy just to eat the remainder of this clock as they're going to go up 1-0 in the best of 3. Kovacevic. The low shot. Stick saved by Cooper. Now it's up ahead over to Williams. Williams down the right wing. Trying to throw it in front. Great job defensively. What a play by Nick Braun. Samara runs into the official on the far side, and it's thrown up now over to Williams. Williams gets around Braun. Can't tuck it past Luda, as he had the whole left side of the net open. Now Balkin on the right wing with a shot. Cooper with a save, keeping this 8-1. It's a 7-goal lead right now. 6-1? Braun has it. And once again, moves it up ahead. Onto the right wing. Balkin to Babcock. Cooper with a save. Loose puck. 5 minutes to play. Grizzlies along the far side. Kindry in, scores! Grizzlies finally answer back. But too little, too late. As they trail by 6. Off the draw. Puck trying to come over to Gibson. He can't take control of it as the Grizzlies do. It's moved up over to Bogart. Bogart trying to go across to Pouliot. Pass is broken up. Now it's over to Gibson. 4 White Foxes through center. Minton. To Watt. Watt rings it off the post. Had the whole net to himself. Minton. Down to Gibson. Gibson works in. Stopped by Cooper. Now Pouliot. The cross floor pass back to Pouliot. Pouliot and scores! It is 8-3 with 4 minutes to go. Can the Grizzlies erase a 5-goal deficit with under 4 to play? Now in comes Pouliot. Around the net. Trying to pass it across. It's going to be broken up. Now over to Bogart. The low shot. Puck wraps all the way around. Now Gibson. Working on the right wing. Gibson to the net. Can't go to the backhand though. What a good job there by Pouliot. Bouncing puck's going to go up into the stands and out of play with 3:13 to go. Now Bush, all the way back for Gibson. Nice hands by Kindry to bat the Gibson pass out of the air as he moves it ahead. Over to Berger, to Kindry, to Berger. Across as Luda with a save. And then McQuay puts it wide in front. Fletcher and Bush get into it. Fletcher drops his stick, not sure what happened there. Cooper leaves it for Fletcher with under 3 minutes to play. Across to Berger. Across to Kindry. Kindry to the net to McQuay. And McQuay can't get a stick on it. Quickly, White Fox is up over to Bush. Bush down the right side. Dropping it off. Long shot. Kicked out. Gibson behind the net on the near side. Takes it all the way back through center and back to his own zone with just 2 minutes to play. Leaves it for Minton. Minton and Fletcher run into each other with Fletcher barrel rolling over Minton. Minton now drives in. Drops it over to Watt. Watt's pass. Shot. Goes out the other side. Now Fletcher. Back down the far side. Gets around Gibson. Gets a low shot and Luda knocks it away with the pad. And I think Minton's going to just try to waste as much time he can behind his own net. But he has a nice bank pass over to Shea Bush. Bush drives to the net with a shot, and Cooper kicks it out. Quickly, Grizzlies right back in. It's moved over to Williams. Williams, a shot. Oh, Luda with the glove. Robbing that one. Now up over to Babcock. Last minute of play. Babcock with a great pass over to Balkin with a long shot right into the chest of Cooper for the whistle with 48 seconds to play. Braun takes the puck behind his own net, and he's going to go for a skate as he passes the puck up over to the right wing. White Foxes with a great move around as they drive the net with 30 seconds to play. Puck's around in front for Babcock. Babcock between his own legs. And it's not going to count as the net was off. It should count, but it's not going to count, even though the Grizzlies knocked the net off. Ref saying no goal. Up now to Liam Hoff. Hoff to the backhand. Stopped by Luda. And that will do it. Game one of the best of three goes to the White Foxes as they defeat the Grizzlies by a final score of 8-3 in game one. Game two's on Wednesday? Liam, game two's Wednesday? Sunday? Are you checking? Sunday? Game two of our championship series will go Sunday at 8 p.m. So tune in on Sunday at 8 p.m. for White Foxes Grizzlies game two. My name is Dylan Grant with your play-by-play. That'll do it. Have a great night.